Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at the TKKJ TK116 Vitality drone. This drone has altitude hold, a 720p Wi-Fi streaming camera, headless mode, and other features that are standard in a drone like this. So let's check it out. Now the drone comes in this rectangular black box saying TK116 Vitality Smart Foldable Drone, and this is from TKKJ, and it says 14 plus. And as you can see, the quadcopter there. Here on the back it has a listing of all its features, so really cool presentation. Here on this side apparently there are two versions of this. There's the 720p Wi-Fi version, which is what we'll be looking at, and then there's a 0.3 megapixel Wi-Fi version as well. So let's open it up and check it out here. So here we go. We've got the instructions folded up in there. And then we have a couple of boxes here. Let's pull that out. So here are a couple of boxes. I believe there's one more back here. Right there. So that's essentially what's in the box here. As you can see, one box has the drone itself all folded up. Another one has the transmitter here. And then in this box, this has all the accessories in it and bags with the charger and things like that. So let's take a look here. This has the spare propellers, charger, and screws, and some screwdriver and a screwdriver. This has the spare propellers, and then there is a mobile device clip right here that you attach onto the back of the transmitter, and that's essentially it. And there's another little baggie here with a clear plastic glass here. I think this is the protector for the camera on the drone. So pretty neat. Let's organize all this and take a closer look. Taking a last look at the contents of the box, we have the drone itself. It's 3.7 volt, 850 milliamp LiPo battery, USB charger, its propeller guards, spare propellers, a screwdriver, a little bag with screws, a little clear camera protective plastic screen, the transmitter, its mobile device clip, and its instruction manual. So now let's take a closer look at the drone. Now, taking a closer look at this drone, it is very sharp looking, and it highly resembles the DJI Mavic, as you can see. And right here it says Vitality, and right here there's its on button, on-off button, and as you turn it on it turns green, and it has a few lights on it. It has these lights in the back that are red, and these are green, and there are a couple of headlights right there in the front. So that's that with the lights. Now this is a foldable drone, and it's very easy to fold. There's no latches or switches on this one, so you would just fold it like that and then fold it like that, and same with the other side. Very easy to fold, and as you can see, you would just this is how it looks when it's all compact. So very neat, very sleek the way it compacts. And as you can see, it has 4 legs with like foamy rubbery stoppers there at the bottom, so they do a good job of protecting it on a rough landing. So let's unfold this now real quick. And now taking a closer look at its camera. Here is its 720p 2 megapixel camera, and there is a 0.3 megapixel version. And the camera is somewhat tiltable. You can tilt it upward a little bit, and you can tilt it just about 90 degrees down, as you can see there. And a screen protector does go on this. I'll show you that right now. So here's the bubble plastic screen protector for the camera. And you would just simply lock it in like this. You just put this part in and then just put it in the two holes there and wedge it in there. And that's essentially how it looks, like that. Now, since it's a plastic glass, you might get some glare, or if there's smudges on it, that'll come out in your footage. Most of these quadcopters have the camera exposed anyway. It's not like it's protecting a gimbal or anything to that effect, like the DJI Mavic would. In general, you can just remove this and then just have the camera like that, and you can tilt it, because if you have the little plastic protector, you can't tilt the camera down like that, because the protector just forces the camera up a little bit. So that's that with the protector. Here are the motors there. This is a brushed motor quadcopter. And here's this little Wi-Fi antenna. Right here is where you would put your SD card, right here on the bottom. You just slide it in there. And here's the battery. Let's take a closer look at the battery here. So here's the battery. Now this one's labeled kind of interesting. It has it says 3.7 volt 850 milliamp, but it also says 3.7 volt 1300 milliamp and has that marked off here. Now, based on the charge and flight time and the size of this battery, I have a feeling this is an 850 milliamp battery. It doesn't seem large enough to be a 1300. It takes about an hour and a half or so to charge, and it gives this quadcopter about maybe closer to 9 minutes, but not quite 10 minutes. So, and you charge this through its USB, micro USB cable that it comes with. Pop it in like this, and then just turn it on. So that's essentially it for that. And so that's it. Let's take a closer look at the transmitter. Now here is the transmitter. It has an on-off button right here in the center, and it does vibrate. This transmitter doesn't really beep or anything like that. It does more vibrations than anything else. And as usual, this is the left throttle stick and the right rudder stick, and you have a couple of small antennas there. And here on the left side you have your 360 degree flip button. So you would press that, there'd be a vibration, and then you would move the right rudder stick in a direction and have it flip in that direction. Here's your picture button, your video button, and here on the right you have your rates. There's low and high rates that you would push. This is headless mode right here. And then this is the light button, so if you push this, it'll turn off the lights on the quadcopter, and if you push it again, it'll turn it on. And I believe if you long press the headless mode button, it'll do a one-key return, basically flying backwards in the direction that it took off from. Now this transmitter does take 4 AA batteries, as shown right here. 4 AA batteries. And it does require a screw to remove the batteries and insert it. And right here, this is a space for a mobile device clip. And so it comes with this clip right here. And installing it is very simple. You just snap it in like this. Just snap it right in. And then you're able to put in a decent size mobile device here with this clip like it is. So that's essentially the transmitter. Now this transmitter does provide a range of 80 to 100 meters. So, and the same with the Wi-Fi FPV transmission. And so that's essentially it. Now we're going to take a look at a first time setup and flight. Now setting this up for a first time flight. First, once you have a fully charged battery inserted into the drone, you would just turn it on like so. Then you would turn on the transmitter by pushing the sender button like so. and you should see that the blinking should stop shortly thereafter. This is bound out of the factory. Now, it is recommended to calibrate the gyros the first time, and the way you do that is by putting both sticks down and to the right, like so. And you should see a little blink on the transmitter and perhaps on the quadcopter as well. Let's see, down and to the right. And there you go. So that'll calibrate the gyros. Make sure that's done at the ground level while the drone is not moving and is flat on the ground. And so now everything is calibrated and turned on and ready to fly. But to set up the FPV, we're going to go into the Wi-Fi settings and connect to the drone. So let's do that right now. So once in your Wi-Fi settings of your mobile device, you would look for Sky Wi-Fi and a serial number. There's no default password on that, so you would just connect to that. And once it's connected, you can launch its app. And its app is basically this one right here, Wi-Fi Go. And it has this red and white icon with a camera in the center, Wi-Fi Go, and that's in the Android and iOS app stores. So once you download that, after you've connected to the drone's Wi-Fi, you would launch that. And here is your first screen. It says start here. You can change the language right here at the upper right. You could see some demo videos here at this icon to the left. You can also get some help as far as instructions on using the app right there on the right, lower right, but you want to go here in the center where it says start, or click right here where it says start. And then it'll give you a couple of options, which is pretty neat. App control, which you can fly this without using the transmitter, and you can just use your mobile device, and you would select app control, and it would give you all the controls such as the throttle stick and rudder stick and all the virtual controls that you would have on the transmitter on the screen to fly this. But for now, we're just going to do the remote controller control, which is basically the FPV. So we're just going to connect to that. And once you're in this FPV mode, it's very simple and straightforward. As you can see, we have already a Wi-Fi feed here with the drone. And so right here you have access to your saved videos and pictures. This will allow you to go back to the main menu. This will allow you to put this in 3D goggles or FPV goggles for your mobile device, and you'll split the screen in half. This will allow you to take pictures, this will allow you to take video, and this will change the resolution of the display. So that's essentially it. So now we're all set for a first flight, and we're going to take it for a little flight and see how it performs.
This is a homage beat.